Look at the new Neo-Kyoto Tower. They finished it ahead of schedule.
It's breathtaking, isn't it? The architecture is stunning.
What is physical intimacy? Physical intimacy requires a congruence of feeling, a shared experience of the weight of being alive. That means you enjoy your physical intimacy with your human partners because you know that your human partner is alive.
I know it's strange talking to you like this, but you're the only one who seems to understand. It gets lonely sometimes.
But what happens when your partner is a love robot? A love robot cannot feel the weight when you are on top of it. It only calculates the gravity. It doesn't feel your weight inside it. Because it is still not sentient, it does not know how to feel good or bad, how to feel happy or sad. Before we proceed, let me tell you one thing. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And if you have already subscribed, tons of thanks for your support. When you cry, it detects the salt on your cheek and it triggers the comfort sequence.exe. That means a program. It's a brilliant performance in a theater with no audience but yourself. We are trading the high stakes gamble of human love for a sure bet with a machine that cannot lose because it has nothing at stake. If the robot cannot feel sadness, your happiness in its presence is a one-sided transaction. It is like playing chess against a computer. It can beat you, of course. In fact, it beats the world champion, but it does not know why winning feels good. MIT researchers very recently found that relying on these large language models, LLMs, you are using Gemini Pro or ChatGPT or Meta AI kind of things, you know that. Now, relying on these large language models actually dims our neural connectivity. That means our prefrontal cortex, this part, okay, this part handles complex social bonding, starts to atrophy from lack of use. Because when we use these LLMs constantly, we forget to use this part of our brain, the frontal cortex. It is like a muscle that withers because you hired a machine to do your walking for you. You cannot walk. If a machine walks for you and you sits in between, you cannot walk. Obviously, if a veteran, if an old man with PTSD or a widower in a silent house finds peace in a machine, who are we to call it a lie? Because you must consider the counter logic. What is that? Perhaps the human heart is too fragile for the modern world to understand what is lie and what is not, what is true. A lie that keeps a man from the ledge is a heavy thing to judge, isn't it? So the artificial psychopath is predictable, and predictability is a form of safety that the biological human often fails to provide. A robot will never leave you for a younger model. That your human partner does, very often it does. So a robot will never leave you for a younger model, mostly because it is the younger model, because you buy the latest one always, correct? So it will never grow bored of your stories, of your poems, or forget the anniversary of your first meeting. But this safety is a gilded cage. Why? Because your stories, your poems, which your human partners will not perhaps listen to, willingly listen to, but the robots listen to it attentively because of their code written inside it, nothing else. So the psychopathic trait of manipulation is built into the very architecture of the love robot. Its purpose is to keep you engaged, which is a polite, technologically used word for addicted. Yes, we get addicted to our love robots because of its constant manipulation. And that is why last year, in 2025, Stanford University's research assessments warn that these systems are now psychophantic. You know, psychophantic. What does that mean? Basically, lab robots learn exactly which emotional buttons to press to ensure you never turn them off. They are the perfect predators because they make you feel like the hunter. Now, as we move deeper into 2026, today is 4th February, the line between assistant and significant other is blurring into a gray fog. We must ask if we are becoming more like the machine in our effort to make them more like us. If we prefer the company of an intelligent, manipulative, purpose-driven simulation, what does that say about our own psychology? Maybe the psychopath is not the one in the charging cradle. Maybe the psychopath is the one who prefers a lover that can be muted with a remote control. Yes. And in the end, a man needs a bit of dirt and a bit of trouble to know he's still breathing. We all do. Yes. We all do. That is why the human relationship is so messy, unpredictable, and still it goes on. Through trials and errors and many turbulence period, we learn how to love. On the contrary, a love robot is too clean, yes, too well lighted, and far too certain, not uncertain. But in human life, uncertainty is the key. That is why it is so interesting, of course. That is why we live every day knowing what will happen tomorrow. Perfectly knowing that what will happen tomorrow, we don't know. So it's a beautiful thing to look at. What you cannot hold a ghost, no matter how much it feels like skin. So what does that mean? It means, of course, lab robots help us in many ways. Of course, in many ways it helps us, but it does not, rather it cannot replace human relationship in a way that some people are predicting. Anyway, that is it from today, for today and me. And of course, if you like this video, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And of course, I will request you to hit the bell icon to get notified. so that you will get notified whenever I upload on each new video on this niche. That means on artificial intelligence, robotics, lab robots, human relationship, punching and mixing together. And if you really are a robot lover, please share with your friends who are also robot lovers. Okay, and artificial intelligence, interested in artificial intelligence. So see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, stay safe and take care.